A Florida dentist known for the, quote, lightest touch is arrested and charged for beating another man with a golf club.
Dang. This flashback, this nightmare or something where it's just coming back to me and it's awful and it wakes me up.
The victim, Joseph Sivak, sat down with Law and Crime Network to relive the traumatic event.
He started attacking me, hit me with the golf club. I go down.
The incident happened on April 30th in Lady Lake, Florida. Sivak says he and his wife were walking through the Harbor Hills golf course, something they've done many times before.
Normally, we live in this gated community where there's homes built all along the golf course, and we live right on the 18th fairway, right at the 18th tee. And we lived here since May of 2016, so just about 7 years, literally since we moved here. And one of the things we do is my wife and I walk. It started in the pandemic. Sometimes we'll walk around the area in the neighborhood, do 5, 6, 7 miles. We'll walk for a couple hours, and we'll do this, sometimes 3, 4 times a week.
Sivak says his son JJ was visiting the family home for the first time in 2 years, so he planned for a quick morning walk.
We'll be right back in like 40 minutes. We left and started our walk. Our normal loop, which literally we've probably done hundreds and hundreds of times, these same steps.
On this routine walk, Sivak says he and his wife Lorraine walked along a path on the golf course. In all his many trips through the area, he says he never walks along the fairway and avoids golfers. But during this particular walk, a golfer approached him from behind.
So we're doing this,
he put up on
we're going out towards the end, and here's someone coming up behind us screaming and yelling and saying very angrily, get the f off, get the F off, dropping lots of F-bombs, get off the golf course, get off this path, you don't belong here, just carrying on. I turn around.
The man, later identified as area dentist Eddie Orobig, allegedly started screaming at Sivak and getting physical.
He continues swearing at me and yelling at me as we're going past. And Lorraine, my wife's like, come on, just ignoring. And he's right there just taunting me, swearing. And, I turned around and I swore back at him. I said, well, F you, we're leaving, okay? He gets in my face. I mean, we're literally like inches apart. He's swearing at me, yelling at me.
That's when Sivak says Orobig spit in his face.
He literally stops and spits in my face, and he's holding a golf club in his right hand, and we're standing face to face, toe to toe, and he hits me, not hard, but he hits me more than a tap with the golf club.
How you get your face spit in and you're the one with the black eye? As soon as the spackle touched your face, you should have fired off, bro. In all reality, he's probably never been in a physical altercation, or he hasn't been in a very long time. I'm 27 years old and I feel embarrassed fighting now. So I will double my age and say he's 54, give or take. He's probably, if he has been in a fight, probably hasn't been in a fight in years. But still, in a hostile environment, in a hostile confrontation, you never let another person walk up on your person like that, bro. Never. To where he's close enough to even lay a hand on you. I'm not saying you got to sock him, but establish your distance. But yeah, there's no way that he spits on you and fires off on you. You should have fired off as soon as he spit on you.
Club. He hit me, spit on me. He's like let's go, and he's just like jeering after he spit on me. So I thought that was an assault. So I hit him at that point with my fist, which had a plastic water bottle in it. Hit him on the side of the head. It was like a glancing blow. Didn't do anything. And then from there, all hell broke loose.
During the altercation, Sivak's wife dialed 911.
911, did you ambulance?
Oh yeah, he getting wild out there. He getting wild out there.
We are having an altercation on the golf course. Okay, do you know the address? We need somebody now. Okay, ma'am, what is the address that you're located at? Ma'am, what address are you located at?
Yeah, you could tell by the panic in her voice and the way she's yelling, stop it. Her husband is getting worn out there. Her husband, he's not winning this one. Your husband's not winning this one at all. He's losing.
Ma'am, what address are you located at? I can't send help to you if I don't know where you are.
Yep. I can't give you the address.
Okay, what golf course are you at?
Yes.
Ma'am, what golf course are you at?
Wrap up. You got to
He frantically told
if you
dispatch about the fight.
Stop it! Oh my God! They just won't stop!
Okay, well, what's going on, ma'am?
They're fighting with golf clubs, kicking the shit out of each other.
He started attacking me, hit me with the golf club. I go down at some point, and this is like one of the worst parts. I'm down on the ground because I think I turned around at some point to get away from him, and he hit me on the right side. He was kicking me when I was on the ground in the side, in the chest, in the ribs. So I'm pretty sure that's how I got it, because I remember getting kicked over and over when I'm on the ground, and I remember trying to grab his legs and take him down so he could stop kicking me, like pull him down to the ground. He just kept kicking.
According to CVAC, Orobig continued the beating even as he tried to leave.
As I would start to turn away, he would lunge, come towards me, holding the golf club up. And I remember saying twice distinctly,
you don't, in this situation, it's like you go back and you revert back to your animal instincts, right? We're all animals, right? Technically. You don't turn your back away. If you're going to retreat, you do it chest to chest. You're facing him and you back away that way. That way he won't be able to grab you without you not expecting it, as I'm assuming he's about to say. You don't turn your back and leave.
Towards me, holding the golf club up. And I remember saying twice distinctly, you can't hit me when in the back. You're not going to sucker punch me. We're walking away. You can't do that. I said that twice.
What does that mean?
I said, you can't hit me from behind. I'm not even looking. We're trying to leave.
At one point, CVAC feared Orobig would come after his wife.
Somewhere in there, we're trying to get away. My wife got in between and is yelling, sort of pleading at him to stop, and he goes and lunges at her.
Like, Jesus Christ, dog. Jesus, you don't let your woman, unless you just, I would be so embarrassed. And maybe this is just macho man. Maybe this is what people call toxic masculinity. I'll take it, bro. But if I'm able-bodied, okay, I'm bleeding, I may need some stitches, but if I'm overall okay, I can physically fight, there's no way I'm letting my woman stand in front of me while I'm being attacked, while somebody's lunging at me. You can't say, hey, rule number 5 in the rule book, you can't punch me anymore. You can't say that in a fight. Like, what? And is it Florida a stand your ground state? You went outside. I don't care if I live in a gated community. If I'm outside in public and I can carry, I'm carrying. Just because you may not be on that type of timing doesn't mean other people are not. Always protect yourself, but you don't let your woman jump in front of you in this situation, bro. You don't do that.
Get away. My wife got in between and is yelling, sort of pleading at him to stop, and he goes and lunges at her. I'm like, you know, you want to protect your wife, right?
Yeah,
and I
snatch her
I
back.
Jumped in front of her.
Thank you.
I pushed her back. I said, you are not going after my wife. You're not going to do that. I think he hit me again at that point. I think he swung at me again, and she just pulled me away, and we went, and she was calling 911 and screaming, you know, to get away.
CVAC and his wife can then be heard on the 911 call, assessing his injuries and coming to terms with what happened.
Do you need an ambulance, sir?
Yeah, he needs stitches.
No, I don't think so. Do I need an ambulance?
I don't think so, but your face is swelling.
Okay, well, let me go put some ice on it.
You said your face is swelling up?
Yeah, he sucker punched me. He had a golf club out.
And is that an address?
I got a broken rib. Yeah.
You said you have a broken rib?
I think I can't tell, yeah.
As CVAC and his wife waited for paramedics to respond, he says Orobig continued golfing.
And I said, where is he?
Yeah,
Where is he? And she
problems.
looked back and said, he just went on golfing. And he did. He just kept golfing.
When the ambulance
Yeah,
arrived,
got
Sivak had
problems.
an emotional moment with his son.
And JJ is running down, and right before the ambulance leaves, he grabs my hand. You know, he's like, "I love you, Dad," and it's like, "It's gonna be all right." And I'm like, "I'm really sorry, JJ. I haven't been home, you know, in so long, and this happens."
Meanwhile, his son took video of the scene.
They just kept kicking him in the ribs.
After he was on the ground.
After he was on the ground. And it was really not a nice way to fight.
Eventually, Orobig was arrested and taken into custody.
There's no nice way to fight. A fight is not nice.
This is unbelievable.
All right, reason you being
What you mean it's not unbelievable?
Yeah, you guys got into a mutual combat, okay, argument or whatever. All right, but evidence and witnesses have posted that you started the physical portion of it, okay?
That's crazy.
That's the reason why you're being arrested, okay?
Sivak says he sustained multiple injuries, including 3 broken ribs and broken bones in his face.
Probably can't see it, but this ear is all messed up. There's like 40 stitches in it.
Yeah, he needed.
And the earlobe is really awful. It's gross. It was hanging off. And 3 fractures. The maxilla bone here is broken. The nasal bone here in your nose is broken. And then the fracture extends into my orbit, which is the bone all around your eye.
Remember how I said I don't think he's ever been in a fight? I could tell by his even by the call that he had with the cops, how calm he was, how even keeled he was. He's probably never been in a fight in his entire life. Sounds like a nice guy. I feel sorry that this happened to him. But Eddie need to get up out of here though.
The nasal bone here in your nose is broken, and then the fracture extends into my orbit, which is the bone all around your eye down here.
On top of the physical effects of the incident, Sivak says he's still coping with the emotional ramifications.
Yeah, I can't sleep because when I move, change any position, the ribs, the pain just shoots through me. It wakes me up. I feel like I'm getting hit again, you know, and it's like this flashback, this nightmare or something where it's just coming back to me and it's awful and it wakes me up. Now, life's never going to be the same. I mean, this is supposed to be a really safe, you know, neighborhood, and it has been, but I mean, this stuff's right outside our door, and it's just awful, man. I don't know if we'll ever feel safe again. And my wife's, you know, just trying to be strong, but she's the one that had to see all this, you know, and see me like this, and you know, go through all this with me.
Sivak tells Law and Crime Network he has a long road to recovery.
I feel sorry that this happened to him, especially if this is what I'm assuming is probably his first fight. That's a traumatic first fight to where you're getting hit with golf clubs, orbital breaks, nasal breaks, broken ribs, and then to endure that at, like I said I'll double my age, at 54, give or take some years. That's something hard to go through.